Yes, good morning everyone. Good morning. Shall we begin the session? Yes, in the last class we are finished with what you say that what are the various devices that is covered over here. Now let's see what is the applet and what is the Java applet or what is the life cycle of the applet. So let's start with the session of this Java applet. So when we talk about the Java applet basics, that Java applet is a Java program or applet is a Java program that runs in a web browser automatically. And applet always or can be fully functional Java that is used because it is used with the entire Java applications, entire Java program, and there are some other differences between the applet and the standalone Java application that include the following. First of all, an applet is a Java class that extends the java.applet.applet class. The main method is not invoked in an applet. Applet class will not define main. Then applets are designed to be embedded within the HTML page. So these are designed to be embedded in the or to be inserted in the HTML page. And when a user views an HTML page that accepts an applet, the code for the applet is downloaded to the user machine. So that is downloaded to the user's machine only. And JVM is required to view an applet that can either plug in of the web browser of a separate runtime environment or either be used with the JVM environment of the organization. Now JVM is on the user's machine also creates an instance of the object that class and invokes various methods during the applet lifetime. So whatever the lifetime criteria, whatever the lifetime system that is available within the Java that is used within the Java. An applet have a strict security rules that is available within the Java program. And next is used as a Java applet, so that are designed to be embedded within the HTML page that is known as applets. And when a user views an HTML page that contains an applet, whatever the applet that is available, so this contains an applet, and an applet class is also used, will not define the main function. And applets are designed to be embedded within the HTML page. When a user views an HTML page that contains an applet, the code for that applet is downloaded on the user's machine. Whatever the user's machine, whatever the data that is available, that is downloaded from the machine, that is installed from the machine. And JVM is required to view an template. So JVM is required to view an template. What is the template that is used? So what are the various feedback that is available for the templates? And JVM is required. And JVM on the user machine creates an instance of the applet class that describes various methods during the applet lifetime. And there's applet that have a strict rules as well as a strict regulation for the web browsers that is available, and have a strict rule that is enforced by the web browser also. And the security of an applet is often refers to as a sandbox security, that comparing the applet to a child playing in a sandbox with various rules that must be followed over here. And other classes that have an applet needs can be downloaded in a single Java archive, that is a jar file. Now let's see what are the various life cycle of an applet. So first is the init, that is used whatever initialization that is available for that applet only, and it is called after the param tags inside the applet tags have been processed. Then start, this is automatically called after the browser calls the init process, and it is also called however or whenever the user returns to the page containing that applet that have been going off to the other pages. So one is init, one is a start. Then next is a stop. This is automatically called when the user moves to the page on which the applet sits. It can therefore be called repeatedly in the same applet, that is a stop. The next is a destroy. This is called when the live or when the browser shut down normally. So it is shut down normally in the sense it is laid down normally in the applet. And because applets are meant to live on that HTML page, you should not normally leave the resources behind after a user leaves the page that supports or that contains the applet. Then last is paint, that invoked immediately after the start method, and also anytime the applet needs to repaint itself in the browser. And whatever the paint function, whatever the paint method, that is actually inherited from the java.awt. Now next one is hello world. applet. That is how to print the hello world applet. Now this is a simple applet name known as the hello world applet.java. This is the import java applet.java, then import java.awt, then public class hello world applet extends the applet. In the same way, public void paint graphics g, then g.drawString. That means we are using the drawString function for using the for drawing the applet. This is the hello world, then 25 and 50. And these import statements bring the classes into the scope of our applet class. So this is what are the various import classes that is available to show the applet in the applet class. So one is the first is the java.applet.applet, then java.awt.graphics. So one is the java.applet.applet, then java.awt.graphics. And without those import statement, the Java compiler would not recognize the classes applet and the graphics which the applet needs, or the refers to the class. The next one is the applet class. So each and every applet has an extension of the java.applet.applet class, and this is a basic class that provides the methods that is derived from the applet class that may be called to obtain the information and the services from the browser context. And these includes a method that do the following. One is the applet parameters. So first one is get the applet parameters. Then second one is get the network location of the HTML file that contains the applet. What is the HTML file that contains the applet that locates the applet? Then get the network location of the applet that is considered with the Java, that is used with the Java, and print a status message in the browser. Then fetch an image. Fetch an image, get the network location of the applet class directory, print a status message in the browser, fetch an image, then fetch an audio clip, video clip, resize the applet. Additionally, whenever we are using the applet class, that provides an interface by which the viewer or the browser obtains information about the applet and controls the applet execution. And where may be the request information about the author, request a description of the parameter of the applet recognizes, initialize the applet, destroy the applet, start the applet execution, and stop the applet execution. And this class also provides default implementations of each of these methods. Those implementations may be overridden as necessary. Whatever the applet class, that is overridden as necessary. Next is invoking an applet. So that is invoked by embedding the directives in an HTML file and viewing the file through an applet viewer or the Java enabled browser. And whenever we are using the applet tag, that is the basis for embedding an applet in an HTML file. And this is an example that shows how to use the applet, that is a hello world applet. We invoked an applet, so that is invoked by embedding into the directives in the HTML file and views the file through an applet viewer or the Java enabled viewer or the browser. And this applet is the basis for embedding an applet in an HTML file. This is one of the examples. This is the HTML, then there is a title. What is the title? The hello world applet. Then title will be closed. Then there is a HR applet code that is equals to hello world applet.class. Now, what is the width of this one? That is 320 pixels. Now, this is the pixel. Then height is again 120 pixels. And this applet class is used with the 320 and the height is this one. And if your browser was Java enabled, then it is used with the hello world message that would appear over here. So if your browser was Java enabled, then we are using the hello world message that would appear over here. Then it is closed with the applet, then HR, then HTML. So based on the above example, we are using, there is a live applet example, this is used, and you can also refer to applet or the HTML applet tag that is more understandable than the applet from the HTML. And this code applet of the attribute class or applet tag is required that specifies the applet class to run. Width and the height are also required to specify the initial size of the panel in which the applet runs, and the applet directory must be enclosed within the applet tag. And if an applet text parameter, values may be passed for the parameters by adding the param tag between the applet. So we are using the param tag between the applet that ignores the text and other tags between the applet tags. Now, non-Java elements or the non-Java enabled browsers do not process the applet and the applet, and therefore anything that appears between the tags, anything that is appeared between the tags not related to the applet is visible in the non-Java enabled browsers. And the viewer of the browser looks for the compiled Java code at the location of the document, and to specify the otherwise, that means whenever we are specifying this one, we use the code base attribute of the applet tag that is shown over here. Now, if an applet resides in a package other than the default, the holding package must be specified in the code attribute using the period character to separate the packages or the class component. For example, this is the applet code mypackage.subpackage.testapplet.class, then width equals to 320, height equals to 120. So these are the code that is used with the mypackage.subpackage.testpackage or applet.class. Then width is available as a 320 and the height is available as a 120. Now, getting the applet parameter. How to get the applet parameter? What are the various sequences? What are the various terms? What are the various setups that is used for the applet parameters? So we can use the applet parameters for the diagnostic, for the usage that is available. So in order to set up the parameter that is specified in the document, this applet will be available. This applet will be used within the class within the Java program. To make the applet specified in the document that displays a checkerboard pattern of the black and the second color. And the second color and the size of the each square may be specified as a parameter in the applet within the document. Checker applet gets its parameter from the basis that is available within the basis for the data and save on the start of the applet instead of every refresh that is convenient and efficient. And the applet viewer or the browser calls the init method of each applet that it runs. So whatever the method that it runs, it is used in the applet, it is used in the Java programming. So whatever the applet method